All right, it's okay. Let's go. Gentlemen, welcome to the 2022 draft show with our friend Justin Lowe as my co-pilot today. And we're at his garage here in Moncks Corner, South Carolina, in beautiful Moss Grove subdivision. Justin, welcome to draft selection night.
Pretty excited, Jim. Last year was a lot of fun. I know, like a lot of you, it was my first time diving into the college fantasy football world. But we had a good time, even though some of us did not make the playoffs. But we're looking to turn that ship around this year, Jim.
Yeah, I understand you've been doing some listening to podcasts and really going deep dive into the college rosters for this season. So you may be a sleeper this year to take down the Truman Invitational.
Trying.
Before we get started, moving on, gentlemen, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Rodney's Rockets, out of multiple locations, South Carolina. That's where you get all your explosives. You can also contact Jalen Wheeler or Chef Al, as you will talk more about him later. So thank you, Rodney's Rockets, for year 2 sponsorship. And Miller Lite comes through with clutch dollars for this year. And lastly, Pinnacle Vodka. So thank you to our sponsors for this season. As you also see, with Justin's teams being represented here on the draft table, the Tennessee Titans and Kansas City Clemson Tigers. So, all that being said, Justin, let's delve into this year's teams. We have all 14 returned from last year.
It's great.
And that being said, we've also but we've added 2 new teams, which we're going to talk about first. Before we do that, let's review a couple of the rules. Let's review that. So, by vote, we did not increase the entry fee this year. It's going to be, actually went down $2, so $55 a team. So we'll want to get that in, basically, gentlemen, if we can, by September 15th. I'll send you the link. You can pay league safe. The money stays there for the year. Then I just distribute it out at the end of the season. We'll break down, after the money comes in, I'll kind of break up the amount that wins for the first, second, third, fourth place. But we also, one thing we do for every week, there's a $10 win for each week. So even if you get down early in the season, your team's not doing well, you can still win money each week. So it's important not to give up, Justin. I think you learned last year, had a tough start, but you kept grinding with the free agent process and were able to get back in it.
I made it to the toilet bowl. Second place in the toilet bowl. Jamie Till, shout out Jamie Till, won the bottom bracket toilet bowl. But yeah, I think it was $20 on the line for that final.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
Big deal. So, always keep grinding away. The free agent, we do a fab budget, which the waivers run, I believe, every Wednesday night. And you have $1,000 for the season. And once you use that up, you still can get players. You just will have to wait till Thursday when you're able to pick up free agents just based off first come, first serve. So there is the fab process, and then the waiver process runs next. You can go, everybody has been on the site, our new players have been as well, to check the rosters. 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a flex, a kicker, and 2 defenses. We have added a couple conferences this year by expanding the field of teams. So we have added a couple conferences. You can check that on your player review. I believe it's Mountain West, Coastal Carolina, out of the Sun Belt. We added singularly. We still have our Independence, Notre Dame, and a couple others. So just check the website to double check the conferences. Also, I will text out all the conferences after this video to make sure everybody's on the same page. And just for review, there is one team that is a Power 5 team that will not be included. And Justin, can you guess who that team will be?
You talked about it last year. I've already forgotten.
The Kansas Jayhawks are omitted.
I was going to say Kentucky. Kansas.
The Kansas Jayhawks are omitted. They are not worthy of being in this league. So their players are not eligible for drafting. So without further ado, let's go in and meet our teams. What do you think, Justin?
Real quick, I do want to say for any of you new guys or some of the guys that were here last year, something I learned along the way, big tip from Jimmy Wheeler. The app, the Fantrax app on at least my phone, it's kind of difficult to navigate. It works so much better if you have a tablet or a computer. Just a little pro tip, if you have a tablet or a computer, the Fantrax app is aces if you're having a few issues with it on your phone.
Yeah, just much more user-friendly that you found. Yeah. Thank you for that, Justin.
Yeah.
So let's start out. Hey, guys, I will give you your team numbers as we go through this, because when we pull the draft order, it will be by number. and that's how we would select your team. This team, not bowl eligible, goes to Mark Burke, one of our new members. He will be Team 16 in our draft lottery. Mark Burke.
Welcome, Mark.
Yeah, lives in this area. Plays with us in one of our friends' NFL leagues. Was wanting to join our college league, so we're happy to have him aboard. Those who don't know, Mark, an excellent bowler. In fact, Justin, I think we almost could have a PBA eligible bowling group out of this league. But Mark, excellent bowler, one of the top bowlers in the Charleston area, and we're glad to have Mark aboard. I don't have anything negative to say about Mark yet, and I'm sure I will think of some as time goes on. Yeah.
It takes time.
It takes time. He never does anything wrong like most of you guys.
Oh, gosh.
Team 15. This is my cousin Mike Mitchell's son-in-law.
Okay.
Resides in Michigan.
The Fighting Harbaughs.
He is a big Michigan fan. He did not name his team. I did. So he may change it, but I thought this was a great name, the Fighting Harbaughs.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's great.
So John, he's a huge college football fan. Has season tickets to Michigan. My cousin talks about what a great guy he is, and they go up to several, at least one Michigan game a year. I know my cousin who lives in Maine travels there to Michigan. So, guys, I just want you to know, after this is our last Yankee we are allowing into the league. That puts us as 2, and that's enough. The Mason-Dixon line has been established for a reason. So, that being said, John, welcome to the league. The Fighting Harbaughs. We need some more Big Ten flavor.
Welcome, buddy.
We need some
And
more Big Ten flavor.
shout out the boy Taylor Lewan, Michigan alum.
Hold on, man. We got a problem with the fan.
Our fan, to keep it cooling here, I believe, just snagged something in it. Don't mind the technical difficulties with our, high tech.
That's right.
Studio that we have here.
Well, we'll have to talk to our setup people on that one.
Yeah, somebody's getting their ass fired.
As we come now, we're gonna go to the top to the bottom. Last year's champion, Rusty Jackson, team number 1, came out of I believe the third place in the Harpo's division, and won the league at a 1911 record. Really carrying him was Brees Hall.
Yeah.
Who now is a member of the
New York Jets,
first round draft pick. So almost nap time. Rusty Jackson also.
Way to go, Rusty.
A man with several 300 to his name. He could be part of that PBA bowling team we have.
Yeah.
So
pretty solid.
Rusty, congratulations again on winning the league championship last year. That's team number 1. Team number 2 probably was the best team in the league all year.
I didn't think they were beatable. Jason
Ricker, playoff committee. First place in the division, obviously. 23-7 record. Top finishers or top performers last year. Bijan Robinson from the Longhorns. Brennan Armstrong from Virginia. And then you had, those are 2 unbelievable players. They're both back this year, so I'm sure Jason would love to start with those 2 immediately.
Yeah. Some question marks for Mr. Armstrong. New offense coming in.
Oh, he's been listening to that podcast, boys.
New coaching.
Going to listen to that podcast. And he finished second, a real close match with Rusty for the championship game. And really the reason he lost, Jerry Bohannon from Baylor started for him at quarterback in his second quarterback slot, 0 points.
That can't help.
Yeah, that's
can't
not
help,
good.
Jim.
That's not good. Jason Ricker, we talk about this bowling theme. Another guy can really stroke it. Great bowler. Part of that PBA hookup that we have here in the Truman Invitational. So team number 2, that'd be Jason Ricker, playoff committee.
Fun thing about Jason Ricker, he likes to shop at Kohl's. He's a big fan of the Kohl's Cash.
Oh, he's a big Kohl's Cash guy.
Big Kohl's Cash guy.
Wow. See, things you learn with our podcast. Team number 3, finished 3rd last year, Mizzou Gunner. That'd be me.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Finished 3rd place in the division, 18-12 record. Lost a heartbreaker to Jason in the semifinals. A bad decision by me. But, I depended a lot on Matt Corral, Josh Downs, and Traylon Burks last year. You like that guy, Traylon Burks?
Yeah, if he can actually make it on the field for the Tennessee Titans, I'll be very excited. Big physical guy. But yeah, how did the Bronze treat you? 3rd place.
3rd place. It was I was proud.
Yeah.
But it also hurt. It hurt a lot. I got a call from Eli Drinkwitz from the Missouri Tigers. Said we got to do better. Got to work harder. So I'm working hard in the offseason trying to improve.
Got to tighten up.
Got to tighten up. Attaboy. 4th, the nice thing about Beer Belly Blues is they really try to live their life by their name.
Amen.
Todd Munn of the Beer Belly Blues finished 23-7 last year. He was a first place finisher. Ended up losing in the 3rd place game. They ended up finishing 4th. But the only reason he really finished fourth is because he was trying to make me mad. He drafted Tyler Beatty from me last year, Missouri Tiger, in like the 5th round. He didn't even know who Tyler Beatty was. He said the only reason he did it was to make me mad. Well, it worked, Todd Munn. But great job. He had Tyler Beatty, Sam Howell, and Joanne Dotson really led his team. So Todd Munn, living the beer belly blues, he's coming back for year 2. Good luck, Todd.
You gotta love spiteful drafters.
I'm not happy.
People that take somebody just to piss you off. That's great for a live draft. It really is.
Yeah. I'm not happy. Let's not bring it up. Our 5th place finisher, probably our most senior member of the Truman Invitational, is G Daddy ×2. That's Gene Brabham. Finished 5th place. Did a hell of a job last year. 1911 record. Kind of where the record, we talked 1911, 30. There's 30 games each year. If you guys remember, we're playing 3 teams a week. So you're having 3 games a week to really make sure that everything evens out over the course of time. So we're here 1911 is a 10-week regular season, followed by a 3-week playoff. So great job by Gene last year. Depending a lot on Kenny Pickett, member of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I do. He's baby hands. Baby hands Pickett.
Yeah, and he's still going to win the job and throw a bunch of touchdowns.
Well, when you're competing against Mitch Trubisky, it's not hard.
Odds are in your favor.
Yeah.
He had David Bell.
Yeah.
Out of Purdue as a top receiver. And then out of Kentucky, the aforementioned Kentucky, who you wanted to ban their players a while ago. What's wrong with Kentucky?
I thought it was Kentucky. You said Kansas.
No, that's a big difference. Wan'Dale Robinson was a big player for him last year, who was drafted, I believe. He's a rookie with the Giants. Yeah. So
exciting player, stupid name.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, his only problem was
Wandale. It sounds like something out of Star Wars.
He went to Nebraska for a couple of years.
Wandale.
And then he transferred to Kentucky. You know what? You know what the N on Nebraska's helmet stands for, Justin? The N on the helmet for Nebraska?
Nice.
Knowledge.
we need sound drops in here.
So Todd will be number. Or G Daddy, you're team 5. Just to clear that up. Team 6, Swag Juice, Alan Pomato.
I love that name.
Alan Pomato.
Sounds kind of dirty, but I like it.
Is it a juice?
I like it.
Is it a fruit?
Alan has the swag juice.
And Swag Juice, another great bowler. I mean, I'm telling you guys, we have a team of bowlers here.
We really do.
Swag comes from, he actually is on staff with Swag Bowling, which is a company out of California, which I believe I finally figured out where the name Swag Juice comes from.
Okay.
And the thing about Alan, how many different looks does he have? You go over one time, he's got the beer. The next time, he's got the gel.
He goes, I will never forget. I think it was the Halloween party where, it wasn't. It might have been a Christmas party. Great parties every time we go over to Alan's.
Yeah.
But he was dressed as Cousin Eddie, and it was
just a Halloween party, obviously.
Well, it could have been for Christmas, knowing it was Christmas vacation. Anyway, classic. He pulled it off. He looked great.
So Alan Pomato, the juice or the fruit, we're not sure. He was great team last year. 2nd place in the Booches division, 20-10, 3rd seed overall. Had a great team. Had a little trouble in the playoffs. I think I beat him by 2 points in a close one. So it was close.
They say 1 out of every 3 men has trouble in the playoffs, Jim.
Yeah. That's why we probably should get another sponsor for some ED or something for this group. But a great job. He'll be team 6. He depended on Will Levis. And then John Hutchins, the Fighting Harbaugh's old boy, Zach Charbonneau, who transferred to UCLA. So that was one of Alan Pomato's guys.
There you go, yeah.
So, team 6, Swag Juice. One of my favorite names. Lee Corse's headgear last year.
It's a classic shout-out.
Classic. And this is Michael Mitchell, my cousin, living in Maine. 7th overall, 17-13. And Justin, you missed a game in playoffs by 1 game.
That sucks.
Because, that's like one kicker missing a field goal.
Tough. That's tough. But
somebody fumbling inside the 5.
That just gives you a little fire for next year.
Horrible managerial move that you that you got hung over, forgot to put in your lineup for the 12 o'clock start.
He said it, not me.
But Mike Mitchell in Maine, big Notre Dame guy.
All right.
Big Notre Dame fan. So I know he's looking forward to this year, and the new coach, and Brian Kelly gone to LSU. But he had some good players last year. Sam Hartman. Hopefully Sam Hartman gets better. I understand he has some health issues.
Yeah.
Travion Henderson from Ohio State.
Great.
And Kyron Williams, which Mitchell loved that because he's a Notre Dame guy.
Absolutely.
So this is a big month for Mike Mitchell. Notre Dame kicked off, just celebrated his 57th birthday a couple days ago.
Happy birthday!
So happy birthday to my cousin, and good luck this year to Lee Corso's headgear. Mike, you'll be Team 7. Now we got this cat.
Shout out to the chef.
Chef Al.
Jim, remind me, what's his specialty? Why do we call him Chef Al?
Well, according to my daughter, who dates Chef Al, who is our youngest member of the league, he makes a hell of a fried pork chop in the air fryer.
Air fryer.
And he does some sirloin fillets in the air fryer as well.
Impressive.
So
It's impressive.
So big things by Chef Al. He'll
Yeah.
probably be on one of those cooking shows, culinary shows, and cook-offs, and chef. But look for Chef Al. Last year, 8th place. He'll be Team 8, so right in the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
15 and 15. It's kind of interesting how these things happen. His first-round draft pick last year, guys, was Spencer Rattler of the Oklahoma Sooners. Now, of the USC Gamecocks.
Wow. I wonder if he's going to be half as good as Jake Bentley. I just wonder. I remember speaking to one of our members years ago, and him telling me how great Jake Bentley was going to be, and he's the next big thing. And I hope Rattler can live up to that reputation.
And then 8 months later, he's cussing Jake Bentley. I wonder if Chef Al got Spencer Rattler to transfer to USC. He might be the key.
He might have.
He might be the key.
Who was the guy that took over after Rattler in Oklahoma?
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I remember Chef Al. You beat me, buddy, in the bidding. Jim was talking about using the FAB system. I went all in. I think we had $100, but
It's only 100. I'd say 1,000. Maybe it's only 100.
Whatever it was. Either way, I put 90%. You went 98%, and you ended up getting him. And I was like, dadgum, I thought I got me a quarterback, but hey, cheers to you, buddy.
Chef Al coming in at Team 8.
Jamie?
Yes, yeah, we do. Team 9. I'm sorry, I was thinking I was going back.
Because he won the bottom bracket.
Team 9, Jamie Till. You may be surprised to see this team name, but I decided to name it for you. His team name is Sniffin' Rattler's Jockstrap.
He didn't want you to know how his tits were today, Jamie. I'm sorry.
And I'm telling you, I've never heard more from one guy about Spencer Rattler in my life. But that albino brother and Jamie Till may be dating. That's all I can tell you on the side. He did win the consolation bracket last year.
He did, and I will say he did it without checking his lineup until the championship week of that bracket when he played against me, and I reminded him on accident. I shouldn't have said anything.
So he probably did better by not paying attention.
He had a good team. He honestly had a decent team. Missed out on the playoffs. I think he could have made it.
He was 12 and 18. He wasn't close to making the playoffs.
He's never played any sort of fantasy football before. I think he drafted a kicker in the 6th round.
So you're defending him. I can know he's your bro, man, but he was 12 and 18.
Well, but he won the poop bracket.
Okay.
He's a Gamecock fan. You got to. I'm just trying to stick up a little bit.
Well, he did have a couple good players. Yeah, Jamison Williams, now with the Lions.
Yeah. He's on the IR.
Is he on PUP?
I think they put him on PUP.
He tore his ACL
they knew it was
in the
a slow
semifinal game, right? Or SEC championship game.
When you have Jared Goff throwing you the ball, it doesn't matter when you show up.
Don't tell that to Amron St. Brown, bro. Man won me a championship
Bust.
last year.
Bust.
And he also had Sean Tucker out of Syracuse, an awesome running back. So, sniffing Rattler's Jockstrap, Team 9. Here we come to my co-host. His new team name this year, Looking Champion Shipley. Can you explain your name for me? Because I know it, but let some of our Big Ten fans may not be aware.
I like my Clemson guys. Last year I was picking on the Gamecocks. It was coot season is open, and we jokingly refer to the Gamecocks as coots. Little chickens. They're like a rundown little runt chicken.
I've never heard that before. I've lived here since 1993, but I don't know.
Either way, this year our running back Will Shipley. I'm just giving him a little shout out. So I just thought my team would be Looking Champion Shipley. So we'll see.
I like the name.
Hopefully we're not last place, and I look like a total jackass. Well, even more than normal.
You'll be Team 10.
Okay.
Last year coming at 12 and 18. Not, kind of right there with your bro.
It was tough. Weeks where it was either feast or famine. I'd either go 3-0 in a week because we play against 3 teams per week, or I'd go 0-3. There was no.
That would put you.
in between.
Wouldn't that put you at 15 and 15? I mean, I'm just doing math.
Well, there were more weeks that I was 0-3 than the 3-0.
One more week. So you had a couple good guys in your team last year. I mean, you had C.J. Stroud.
I did. C.J. Stroud.
He might be your first round pick this year.
Yeah, he was great. He started slow, but he once he started picking up,
He's
I mean,
rolling.
he was throwing 5-6 touchdowns. Kenneth Walker
Kenneth Walker. It's
And
Kenneth
yeah,
Walker the
Kenneth
third.
Walker,
Now,
yeah.
now a member of the Seattle Seahawks.
on your dynasty roster.
He is, and I'm also going to. He's got Drew Lock tossing the rock this year. Could be big things. So anyway, Team 10
We'll see how
looking
it goes.
championshiply.
See how it goes. I will not be drafting DJ Uiagalelei with my first pick this year.
Well, at least you could say it.
Wah, wah, wah.
East Carolina Hambone, Team 11. Chris Martin out of Greenville, North Carolina, representing the East Carolina Pirates in his team name. Came in 11th last year. He's probably disappointed with 10 and 20. I'm sure he probably thought he'd do a little bit better than that.
Yep.
Chris, a great guy. Good news is, since we're not doing a live draft, we can't bottleneck it. Because we used to do live drafts at Chris. It'd always take 5 minutes to make a pick. And good news is, whenever you draft, you know we can all go to the bathroom or order a beer. But Chris Martin, last year had a couple good dudes who were in the NFL on his team. And Tyler Algier.
Yeah.
But I looked on 1 week.
Falcons, right?
Falcons. 1 week he had 66 points. So that's a big day. And he also had Drake London. So,
Okay.
you know, everybody has some
Another
players.
Falcon.
Yeah, another Falcon. Yeah, it's all Falcons. Maybe the East Carolina Hambone Falcons should be your team.
ATL.
Team 11, East Carolina Hambone, Chris Martin. Another one of our Monk's Corner boys here.
Hey now.
And the Moss Grove
The
guy.
mayor. The mayor
We
himself.
call the mayor of Titty City. Andrew Freem, West Virginia guy. Hung out at Altos often. Great guy, his cousin.
Yeah, Curtis.
Cousin Curtis. He finished in 12th place last year. And, you know, talking to Andrew over the summer, and he's kind of hoping to bounce back this year. It was 9 and 21. And so, you know, he had Ritter from Cincinnati.
He did.
He had Jalen Warren out of Oklahoma State, who's pushing for the handcuff to Najee Harris in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So some talent on that team as well. And one thing about Andrew is two things you like is Bud Light and cigarettes. So, you know, if you ever see Andrew have a 12-pack and have some smokes, you're good to go.
Ready to roll, baby.
Ready to roll. Oh, Fireball.
He does like Fireball.
So anyway, good luck to Mayor of the Titty City. He'll be Team 12. One of your favorite team names, which is
Oh, God.
especially after what's been going on.
I'm
Josh Berry.
You see him wearing the Trevor Lawrence jersey and not the John Watson jersey at the moment.
Josh Berry out of Atlanta, former kid from Charleston. He'll be Team 13. Came in 13th place. He did have Tyler Tagliavola out of Maryland.
I can't spell it.
You know, being in 13th place, that's the only guy on the roster I could see worth a shit. So,
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so Josh Berry, if you ever want to argue with somebody, he's your guy. He's also will probably be throwing out some DraftKings rosters.
Is he that
too.
guy?
Yeah, that's Josh.
Every week. I appreciate you.
So
Alright.
some college, maybe some NFL. So Josh Berry be Team 13. He's got to improve on 7 and 23.
Yeah.
You know, so that's his goal this year. He says he's going to make an improvement. So Team 13, massages on Watson's tab. What do you think that tab is now?
I don't. They didn't release the details of the settlements. There's just one girl holding out. I don't know. What do you think? $1 million? $100,000? How much is he giving these
I
checks?
don't know. I'd say 6 figures. I don't think so.
Want to apologize for the feedback in the background. We have a nice little rain going in the background, so if you hear a little buzz. I did see classy Browns fans. There was a picture I saw of a dad at one of the preseason games, and he has his like 5-year-old son who's holding up a poster board that says "Fuck them hoes, free Watson." So,
Hey, at least he takes a stance. You gotta appreciate
you
that.
got to take a stance, Joe.
Team 13. Everybody's got a cause. Team 13. Messages on Watson's tab. Massages. Sorry. Now we come to my favorite.
We're firing it up, baby.
Team 14. Shannon Pollard. I renamed this team out of his mouth.
Shannon.
I suck. 6 and 24.
Hey, shout out to Shannon. He probably did so bad because he's trying. He's going to be officiating skis of football this year for the first time, and he's probably so busy studying the rule book he forgot to check his lineup every single
Because
Saturday.
he didn't have the rule book last year.
I'm trying to help him out.
A brutal effort. I think at the last video of the season last year we touched on this. This is your typical Gamecock fan, right here. And I hope that the Shane has to come out and do a little bit better. Let me tell you how bad his team was. You know who one of his quarterbacks were? Connor Bazelak, Missouri Tigers. And he was not a good quarterback last year. And he did have Christian Beal-Smith out of Wake Forest, but he transferred to South Carolina. So it's like all these guys in our league have gotten people to transfer to South Carolina from their fantasy team. I think there's a link.
There might be.
So team 14, I suck, which is Shannon Pollard speaking out loud to the rest of us. So that's team 14.
Sorry, Shannon.
So
You ready to get a draft order?
we're ready to get the word going. What do you think?
Let's do it.
So we're going to use our honorary Roddy's Rocket sponsorship hat as we draw the order. And let's drop the things in one by one and show the camera so we see everybody's represented. Because I don't want Andrew accusing us of anything.
We have little tickets. It says 1. Remember, Jim was telling you what your team number is earlier that represents your team. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm just going to assume you trust us for going all the way up to 16. Did we go up to 16 teams or
Yeah.
14? We did 16? Okay. I'm a PE teacher. I can't count.
Please also speak to us like your children.
It's a habit, Jim.
I hear you. All right, so we're going to shake it up. And I'm going to set it down, let Justin draw, and I'm going to fill the teams in, gentlemen.
All right. Here we go.
The Truman year 2.
Ready to roll, baby. Ready to roll. All right. First team. Team number 8.
Team 8, which is, I believe that's
Is that Dave?
Shep Out.
Was that Chef out? Or your team 8?
Shep Out. Team 8.
Chef out with the first pick.
No, last pick.
Or last pick. Oh, we're starting back in front. Sorry, bud. You just won John's League NFL Fantasy Football.
All right.
You just won like $900 last year. I don't feel bad for you.
Just hold it up and draw, and I'll go away.
All right, go for it. Next up,
Team 15. 15 picks.
number 9. Team number 9. Next up is Jamie, right?
Yep.
All right, that would be
Sniffin'.
Rattler's Jockstrap. Mr. Till. Next up, team number 14.
That'll be Shannon.
Shannon.
I suck. Shake those up a little bit. Shake them up a little bit.
Get excited over here.
The lucky 13 pick.
Team number 16.
16. That should be not bowl eligible. Team 16.
Team number 11. East Carolina Hambone.
East Carolina Hambone.
Now, Jim, you want to tell them again the significance of Bucci's and Harpo's?
Yeah, sorry.
Our two classic divisions.
So there are, for division of Booches and Harpo's, which are two of the best restaurants in Columbia, Missouri. Harpo's is like a bar, has some burgers and those type of things. Best known when I was in school still for Monday and Thursday quarter drafts. Awesome. They've been PBR, but Nat Light, nobody cared. So Harpo's is a great place to go in Columbia. Good place if you like watching co-eds, which, you know, a lot of us get a little too old for that, but sometimes it is a good place for that. And then Booch's, one of the top 10 burger joints in the country, according to USA Today. I think it was established in 1903. Old pool hall, they serve little sliders on a wax paper, get you a stag beer, bottle beer. Also play billiards in there. Real old place. Shannon and I went to the Missouri-South Carolina game last year, and I took him to a Booch's and a Harpo's. So those are our two divisions. So that's what it stands for.
Lucky Shannon.
Yeah.
Next up is number 10. Is that my team? All right.
Looking Championship League.
All
I
right.
think DJ will be there, bud.
I hope he's not. Was kind of hoping for a higher pick. Oh well. The way the cookie crumbles. All right. Next up is number 13.
Team 13. Massages on Watson tab.
Number 3.
Team 3, that's me.
That's you.
Yeah, so I'll be,
3 is me.
I'm at 9.
3 is you.
I think Brady Cook, the new Missouri quarterback, is going to be available then. Let Brady cook. Remember that name, boys. Brady Cook.
Number 1.
Team 1, that goes to almost nap time. That'll be Rusty at the 8th pick. The drama's getting real now. You can see those guys at the other end, they're getting like, oh, oh.
There's, from what I've been reading or listening to, there's definitely a tier drop off after like the first 5 picks from stud running backs, wide receivers. Number 4 is next up.
So that's Beer Belly Blues, I believe. Let me double check to be sure. Yep, Beer Belly Blues, Team 4.
Beer Belly Blues.
Team 4, Beer Belly.
I have one of those.
You and me both, son, I think.
And after that, with the 6th pick, is going to be team number 12.
So I think that's Andrew.
Is that the
Yep,
mayor of the
Titty City. Hey, that's a good place to be a mayor, though. If you're going to be a mayor.
It's a great place to be.
Yeah. I mean, as long as they're not sagging.
It happens.
I like to have them still a little bit.
It happens.
Team draft pick number 5. So this is what you're saying. The drop off is after this.
Yeah.
So now you're in high cotton.
This is high cotton.
If you don't make the playoffs in these first 5 spots, it's all on you.
You suck.
You suck.
Team number 15.
15, the Fighting Harbaughs.
I love hearing you say that, Jim. Harbaughs.
Harbaughs. Well, there's a story behind that. So the reason I say it like that, I was living in Rockville, Illinois in 1993, which was the winter. It was Mike Ditka's last year with the Bears. And they used to have a call-in show on the Score. And these callers would call in live to Mike Ditka. Mike Ditka's on right there taking calls on the Chicago Bears thing. And he'd always say something controversial. But this guy called in after the Vikings beat the Bears.
Okay.
And late in the game, in the 4th quarter, Jimmy Harbaugh threw an interception. And he got returned for a touchdown, and the Bears ended up losing like 21-13 or whatever. Well, this guy calls in on Ditka's show live, and he goes, he knows Chicago accent, which I can't do very good, but he still said this, Justin. He said, what are you doing?
No. Nothing, Jim.
Oh, anyway, so he said, the guy calls in and he goes, hey, coach. He goes, hey, how you doing? How you doing, coach? This is Jim over at Sandusky, or whatever he said. He goes, hey, I just want to know, how many tears did you cry when Jimmy Harbaugh threw that interception and blew the game for you? Ditka said, let me tell you something, Jim. I'm down at 5623 North Washington Street, and you come down there and I'll whip your ass.
That sounds like Mike Ditka.
Yeah. So anyway,
like Mike Ditka.
that's why I always say Jimmy Harbaugh, because he said Harbaugh.
All right,
so
I like
that's a story.
Good.
So that's a great pick for the Fighting Harbaughs.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Just 4 more to go. 1 more.
What teams we got left? We got Playoff Committee. We got G-Daddy. We got Swag Juice and Lee Corso's Headgear. All still eligible for the number 1 pick.
Number
The
6.
6th place team, I believe. Swag Juice. Allen's Tomato.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Potato.
Allen. 3 teams left. Still the number 1 pick up in the air. Who's going to get Bryce Young?
Team number 7.
Team 7.
With the 3rd pick.
Lee Corso's Headgear. Mike Mitchell.
Oh, excuse me.
There will be Notre Dame players available for you at pick 3. You're fortunate.
Only 2 tickets remain. All right.
What we got?
Popping it up. Number 5.
G-Daddy gets Team 5, which means Playoff Committee will have a chance to get his boy, Bijan Robinson, at pick number 1 to kick off his 2022 campaign. So Jason Ricker Ern is the #1 pick. Now remember, we will be serpentine, so we'll go 1 through 16, 16 through 1, all the way through. This will be Sunday at 8 p.m. So we can't change it, so we got to go with that. If you can't make it, have someone at your computer, or set up your picks. You can set up your picks to pick for you if you want to auto pick them. Hopefully that won't happen. There is a chat board there on the draft at the bottom, so you can talk trash to whoever you want to talk trash to. If you want to make fun of me, please do. Most people do.
Yeah. Hey, Jim, how are your tips today?
Which is kind of dumb, but maybe the dumbest name ever. But appreciate everybody being involved. Sunday at 8, draft order. I'll get this into Fantrax tonight, so you'll be able to kind of start doing some prepping if you want to, or you can be like Gene and just wing it and finish like 5th or 6th.
Yeah.
You know.
Pretty solid strategy.
Thanks, Justin, for sitting in with me this evening in the rain. Good luck to everybody this year.
To you guys.
And it will be, of course, as the season goes on, sending updates.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, pretty much the greatest YouTube videos there are.
I want to say, Jim, we do need to, anybody that's local, we do need to try halfway through the season having a meetup up at Dreamers. We ought to try to get the league together.
That sounds like a good idea.
Have a Saturday.
One thing I forgot to
For the
mention,
boys.
and I agree, guys, I'm going to put out a poll on the text messaging, so please answer it. If we want to expand to 8 playoff teams. Right now we go 6 playoff teams. The 2 division winners get a bye. Then the next 4 teams get in by best record. If we want to do, we'll vote. Want to expand it to 8 teams? That's fine with me. There just will be no advantage to winning our division. Unless we want to put something in, which I'll put in a poll. If we decide on that, does the division winner get plus 10 points going into his game? Or something? You know, we'll put a couple options out there. There ought to be some advantage to winning your division. I know there is a small financial advantage, but maybe we could just decide, and that'll be a vote between the league, because even though I decide there's no Kansas players, the rest of the stuff we decide on together. All right.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Good luck this year, boys. See ya.
Have a good one, guys.